You're not saying take 50 of them. You're not negotiating, you're not watching. That's what you have to do. Demand that your newspaper does a good job covering local government. But then read it and pay attention and do something about it. It's your government. It's stealing from you. Okay?
All right, could you give a couple of examples of some of the more perhaps lurid examples of local county government, Clay County, being exposed through the media? And our meek and mild-mannered reporter who reported it?
It's against the law to mix public and private funds. If you run an office in government, you can have all of your government money, but you can't take like donations and mix it all up together. You have to account for it. Well, a few years back, we had a clerk of the court who kind of mixed things up together a little bit and played with his budget and played, and then all of a sudden, you folks were out $16 million that he just lost. Still don't know where that $16 million is. Still don't. About 6 or 7 years ago, the county wanted to save a little money, so they hired an incompetent cousin of a county commissioner to be the public works director. Now, when it was time to tear down Shan's Bridge in Shan's Pier, in Green Cove Springs, the bids were about $1.25 million to do the job. Incompetent Commissioner Cousins said, I can do it for $150,000. Now, does that make sense to anybody? Well, it did to 5 commissioners because they said okay. And what happened was the incompetent Commissioner Cousin took all of that debris from the pier and put it in the dump where it doesn't belong. And you people spent $9 million to dig it up and bury it again. Now, without an investigative journalist in this county, not me on that story, we may never have known that. Because the commissioners aren't going to sit at a meeting and say, oh my God, we screwed up $9 million worth. That's not good for re-election campaigns. But that's what happens in government. And it happens because nobody pays attention. And don't let me blame you for all of this. There is a very sorry state of journalism, especially in Clay County. There is no good coverage of Clay County government. So you have to demand it. You have to say, God, they're taking $3,200 of my money every year between the school board and the county. I want to know why. I want to know, can I get by with less? I'm a proponent of the smallest government is the best, but your county commissioners are not. And they never have been, and they never will be, because all they have to do is go, and your taxes are raised. That's all it takes, but deeper in your pocket. Protect yourselves from your government. You know, everybody talks about the Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms to protect yourself from your government. The government's always going to have bigger guns, but as long as we got the First Amendment, they can't shut you up. And that's government's biggest enemy, not guns. Well, any questions? I know somebody wanted to leave early. I forgot who it was. I overheard somebody in the hall.
Any questions? All right. Thank you very much.
So quiet.
Appreciate it, Mike.